everybody, and welcome to America's Home Cooking. This is part 2. We're going to be making the pasta now. I just had to cool the kitchen down some before I continue because it's really hot. Though it's cool outside, I have to admit. I'm going to show you something. I just poured my stock in here. I have gel in it. Look at that. I don't know what vegetable I used that gave it to me. But whatever it is, I don't know. But I know it's good for the joints. So, and this is the one I made with the bone, and I'm going to add this to it as well. Why not? So I'm getting the water, or I should say the stock, ready for the pasta. This will be good. The gelatin will, is minerals that relax you. So having this, the heat shortens people out. If you don't believe me, you can watch the shorts that you see all over the place. People are just losing their tempers all over the place. It relaxes. The heat drives people like this. People don't realize the body overheats, and this becomes a real problem. This is why in the summer, when it's hot like this, I make a drink that my husband did because I used to overheat really, really bad. And he would sit there and he made sure there was prune juice and molasses, and he would make that concentrated mixture. And then he would sit there and dilute it, and I have it with my meals and stuff, so it keeps me cool, believe it or not. Now, let me get the machine and stuff out. But as you can see, people are really losing their tempers. The heat is bad. Can you imagine what people are going to be like when it's even hotter than this and shorting out? People just don't have patience. It's like, I don't care anymore. I want what I want, and that's it. And that's not how society works as a whole. That's the breakdown of society. Then the government has to come in and start straightening this mess out. And when they do it, they take your rights away. So you have to be careful that you keep your cool, deal with reasoning, and don't take it out on somebody if they say no. It's just because either they're in a position where they can't do what you were asking of them, or if they make a mistake, just bring it to their attention, you know. You don't have to go into a fist fight. If you don't like somebody, leave them alone and just walk away. Okay, let me go get the other stuff I need. Okay, I'm going to have to pick you up and turn you down on this because you're right next to the pasta machine now. Okay, so you can see me putting it in. I'm going to put 1.5 cups of semolina flour in. Semolina flour is also known as durum flour, because this is what they use for pasta. It seems to hold better. I tried all-purpose flour. It doesn't always hold it together, but when you use semolina, it does work better. That's why I mix it up. You can use all semolina. It would be just like you get in the store. But I like to add some whole wheat to mine. And you're going to add 1.5 cups of whole wheat. So this is a good combination here that I've made that I like. Oh, there's a lot other I can make. Noodles instead of pasta with this machine and stuff. I haven't done all of them yet. this is going to make 1 pound of pasta. Be aware of that. Now, when we do it by hand, it's a different ratio. So it just depends on. But with this machine, this is the ratio you do. And a teaspoon of salt, this is the ratio you use for this. Now, you need 2 large eggs. If you use small eggs or you don't use the right size eggs, this won't work. Or if you use extra large, you could end up with a problem as well. Come on. You know what? I'm not going to try anymore. Take 2 large eggs, like I said, and you're going to beat them. Measuring cup that's marked. I remember, just for this machine, I'm giving you the measurements for this one. When I go to the other one that we roll out, it's a different measurement, so you have to be aware of that. And if you do it all by hand, it's even a different measurement as well. Okay, I think you're done charging. That's right, I had you charging. Oh, no, we'll talk about that later another day. All right, you're going to be watching me do this, okay? I'm going to try to move you in a position that you can see everything. It doesn't always work, but we're working on it. So if you have a different machine than I do, or you do it by hand, you will not come out with the same amount of eggs and water and everything. Because I've done it by hand, and that was 3 eggs to so many cups of flour. And this one's different because it uses water as well as eggs. So it just depends upon which machine you have. This is going to be going for another 2 minutes like this, and there's nothing else to do. So I'll call you back with it. it's time. Okay, it's going to be starting soon. Now the first part of this they tell you to throw out because it was in the chamber here while it was mixing, so it's more on the dry side. Once we get it out of the chamber, it'll come together more. This is really dry. This one's going to give me a problem today. See how they're separating? They're not supposed to do this, but sometimes, I don't know what it is, but it does. It's not pushing through real well either. See, I have you up close here. And now it doesn't want to do it. This is really wild. I can't seem to get it to work the way I want it to. Because they're just breaking apart, so they're really dry. Still dry. I'm hoping it'll come more together. It's not coming. For what purpose, I have no idea. Anyway, I'm going to continue doing this until they're done. Okay, I had to push you back. There is just no room here with what I have to do. Now, I'm not adding any water to the stock like I always tell you, because I already have the salt and the pasta, so there's no reason to be adding it. As you can see, I am running out of room up here. This is the cream sauce with all the vegetables in it. I'm putting it in here so as the pasta cooks, I'm going to bring it over here. This is basically a one-pot meal because if you serve fruit with it, you've got everything covered in it. If you wish to cook vegetables, you can mix to it. A salad is good. So as the pasta gets cooked, I'll just dump it in here, mix it up, grease a 9 by 13, I think, and maybe a 9 by 6. It just depends upon how much I have. Which I'll put it in a baking dish that's greased so it'll be easier to clean, believe it or not. I have a baby gopher has decided that my yard is the best yard he likes. He comes out, he sees me, he runs back, but then he comes back. He's a little one, he's not a big one, so I think he's about 1 or 2 years old. I think more 1 than 2. Now you will notice if you have this machine that it's not real good at making designs unless it's completely semolina flour. If you mix your flours, you notice that you get it doesn't hold shapes that you want as much. This is the downfall. The machine. So if you like to mix your flours like I do, it's not the greatest. But if you just use semolina, it gives the shapes and stuff very, very well. Now we're going to be baking this at 350, and I hate to say it, for about 45 minutes. So it's going to get hot in my kitchen. That's why I took a break. I went outside to cool off some. But the kitchen is very, very warm, and I'm pulling the heat up. spaghetti or linguine, you can mix your flours, but when it comes to making elbow and stuff, it doesn't work at all unless you use completely semolina. I have learned that through all of my trials and errors about this machine. I know it looks like a blob right now. Oh God. I think this is a 9x6. Yeah, I think a 9x6. I'm going to put wheat germ and grater some Parmesan cheese on it to put in the oven. A little bit of Parmigiano and Romano. I have to use both of them just so I can, empty them out. I got very little left. But you can put any cheese, I guess, on top of it. I've used both of them, and this is Swiss cheese I have in it this time. I didn't make it with cheddar. Oh, please continue rating. I am not upset with it. They say that I am not sure about this, but when you get the cheese already grated in the container that you buy on the shelf, they're putting stuff in it that you would not believe. In the oven, 45 minutes later, it's done. I'm done in the kitchen. Just clean my mess up, and that's it. Haven't even made it 350 yet. much it till it is done. And I will see you then. Okay, the tuna casserole, this one is done, and here it is. So listen, take care, and be safe with the weather. Bye-bye.